This video will give you all instructions on how to make a delicious Choco Flan. Before I begin, I want to let you all know I did lose some footage, but I will do my best to explain those simple steps as I go. The first step here is to spray a non-stick spray onto your baking pan. From there, you will go ahead and pour over some caramel onto that pan. I did lose the footage of me making the caramel, but it was essentially just a cup of sugar and half a cup of water. You could also just use a store-bought caramel and pour it onto it. I then began to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. From there, I began to make my flan mix. I did lose that footage sadly, but it was essentially just 4 cups of sugar, a can of sweet condensed milk, and a can of evaporated milk. Lastly, just pour in a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and that will be your flan mix. With that mix, I pour it onto the pan over the caramel. The next step is just to seal the open half of the pan with some tinfoil wrap and place this pan into a larger pan filled up about halfway with water. This is done just to give it a better and creamier taste. Alright, so your flan is now ready to go into the oven. Make sure it's at 350 degrees and make sure to leave it in for about 30 to 45 minutes. After those 30, just keep checking on it until it has a gel-like consistency. After this, you will be pouring your cake mix. That's why it's important that it has a nice solid base. And you could just use whatever cake mix you prefer, but I use the super moist chocolate mix. My cake mix actually requires me to only pour in a cup of water, half a cup of vegetable oil, and 3 eggs. So this is me pouring in my vegetable oil now. It's honestly super simple stuff. And then after, I just crack in my 3 eggs, and that's it. I can now begin to mix, and that's me mixing right now. So this last step, I did lose my footage, but it's essentially just pouring that cake mix onto that flan and just putting it back into the oven with the tinfoil on top for another 30 to 45 minutes. And after those 45 minutes, you're going to pull it out and let it cool down for 20 minutes. And after those 20 minutes are up, you will be able to flip it, like you see me doing right now. I'm just giving it some taps, really making sure it doesn't stick. But if you followed all my steps correctly, there's no reason for it to stick. This is just me giving some extra precautions. This is me lifting up that pan, and like you see, that is my Choco Flan, and I hope you all enjoyed.